All right, me family. Una kusha una kaba wherever una day. And today again, we don't come back with another edition of What Would You Do? And today we get a very interesting topic and stuff where they elaborate about child abuse. Our topic is what you go do if somebody put your pikin in hand na fire? What can you do? Because child abuse now things them, where a lot of people they go through it now Freetown and Sierra Leone, and where they bother a lot of people this now things that are very sick in where they see people and they abuse other person and picking them and they abuse minor them as well. So today we want for know waiting our own inputs to this thing that has the way they happen, to child abuse and things the way they happen at most household them. And today I get my co-host with me, and also we get a guest where they go introduce themselves shortly. And from there we go play the video for Nami Famble them. And also I want for me to share this video with my friends and loved ones and people that wanna know say anything they has to go able for impact them life. And me what they talk to Nami na matter. And I go introduce my co-host to now. When I'm Mr. Umar. Hi, Mr. Umar.
Hi and hi to viewers family. Today again we don't come again with the program again. Today the program just like what we lead in Houston say now program where it touch now every man in the month now program we get for all because if don't want we then get for be with future and I will look after we tomorrow then say find way the human way for treat them and the apple na salon so what we do as elders, what we go do as brothers and sisters or as people picking them, and for just contribute to the program, share the awareness, then we able understand, teach the people a way at least lack the knowledge for how for treat picking them, and find solutions to some of the burning issues the way they happen in that country towards the young children. Me as somebody way really good for the young ones, and I say anybody in Sierra Leone, any meaningful Sierra Leonean forget that same passion we may get. So family, we tweet today, una call, una listen, una contribute to the program, and una share to una loved ones them. We for come up with the issues, but we always say we not get sense past everybody, or we don't know past everybody, but we the platform for at least issues and to una. And here na viewers, nobody know the way na full man, and nobody in sense not and nobody in comments on their way, it not make sense. We can get different opinions when it can in terms of topic, but believe me, we all they make sense. So una call na the program and we offer interactive session with una today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Umar. And today I'm going to introduce guest with we when we dealt with the past following week. And today again in the Nayaso for join we and go introduce himself. Hi, Mr. Handsome.
Hello, how everybody to do? Thank you again for allowing me to come back and inviting me. And yes, I'm here. I come for chip in again, but add me 2 cents like I did the last time. So looking forward to hearing everybody and seeing everybody's comments down below. Thank you again for inviting me.
All right, thank you. All right, my family, Masunada Yeri, to waiting, my guest and also Mr. Umar the same. And today this topic here, so not a very interesting topic, and it's so heartbreaking as well. The things that they see where people then they go through, between like families and also them and between them. and also, due to poverty and stuff. These are things the way they affect a lot of people them. And that thing they are so I think the back ago what they cause trauma, they make a lot of people that are traumatized when they go through that thing they are so when they're small. And when they grow up again, go become very hard for them for trust people them. So I think then like at this we need for this, we need for they talk about. So that way that we go up for the better say with this thing are so we today go change a lot of people and mindset na Sierra Leone. And also, we go progress from this child abuse thing as a way they go on now Freetown as a whole. And we get a video where I know say most of now we don't watch or maybe we don't see them in one way or another. And today again we go show this video as a tona and from there we go discuss. So please I want to make una fast una seatbelt and make una join me. Thank you.
Play inside. Let's go. Ese don't go to the police. The police don't make you step on.
Là où c'est où ça? Ils sont là, ils poussent les poules, ils ont claqué dans les gars, clean and fine, ils laissent en bas. Non, mais oui, ça, c'est oui, les filles là, so canon, les easy.
You see, this is always done so. I want up in Bosma. I ain't Rosian. Bosma. Put fire, I tell you, 2 and then the put at it. So, for 2,000 so this money, they went to the Lokotana police station here, Grafton police station. People are not going to give the assessments, but the policeman there, unless he say no interest, they're not able to do for the boy. People boy have or two the all done was close. They don't say they're not going to the hospital, but they also say they pay 500,000. The number where they would now they took all the land, but him back cannot get nothing. So you see, now so it don't happen CRS. Now yeah, so the man and them to say, I get a bomb and take a boy and put on a fire for 2,000 euro. The boy all on back. So and the water and the mother eye. So they probably go out. They don't know the boy, they don't want to take care for her. They don't let her show. They don't go. So and the water and the
All right, my family, as I don't see both video yeah, so I know for say, a lot of people the heart break when you see this video because as small as this child, go to sit down, anybody put your picking your hand on fire, which is very heartbroken, they see them kind of child abuse, yeah. So because of 2,000, when a small money, at least if we don't beat the pikin instead, then you go put the pikin in under fire if that's the case. Nothing then this okay happen. A lot of home them where we not even know about, where we don't see a lot of people like one way or the other, then they abuse the pikin them. Some of them can be men pikin, some of them can be, their own picking themselves. These are things that were very, very, where you they see them together. So especially you as a mother or you as a parent, it really they break you out. So Mr. Umar and Mr. Abdul. So what you wanna see about this whole thing here? So when you see this, what in the first study run like your mind?
That video was very, very difficult to watch. That video was very saddening. Picking like that for the protect. For me, 2,000 leons, and it's less than 50 cents. So the picking still less than 50 cents. and then you go Bonnie Ann. I mean, and then look, if you clearly see and it burn them very, very severely, you see the white way they come up on that. So that's not that's what's it, if not a level 2, level 3 degree burn, it's a lot. And would I know if that not go cause that picking day for because sometimes when you get that kind of severe burning and day, you and even if you well, you did lose some functions then whether now the feelings and they feel right, or sometimes even some movements them and the hand they able move, they able move all the motions them again, your fingers them they tight. All intended. So most likely not permanent damage they don't put for that picking day, so just for less than 50 cents. So that's very, very, very saddening. And the guy they talk say and can't go to hospital and then say for pay 500,000 loans. And then maybe the parents not get that money there for pay 500,000 euros before they attend to the Pekin. And get for pay 500,000 euros before they attend to the Pekin. Pekin we unborn. I mean you see that's a very, 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 very bad situation. And still that's SALONE system. Money they put first and say for pay 500,000 loans or they not go treat them. And who say the parents of them picking this day in the first place? Would if person there around and go Bonnie and person if for speak up, would how comes nobody not able to say anything up to right now in just the video? And the video the event we don't happen done. And what about the person we do them? That person for they behind bars right now. If I don't go take them, lock them up and then they investigate afterwards. But it's very, very, very sad. Child abuse is a big deal. It's a big deal in Africa, not just SALONE. That's a big deal. So it's very sad. It's a very sad video.
Yes. Thank you, Abdul. So, Mr. Umar.
Well, Effie, to be honest with you, take another courage to watch this video. All the time, I can just when I get on some of the forums, just watch them, but I don't get the courage to watch the video throughout. Because when you talk about child abuse, some of we get bitter experience. When it comes in terms of child abuse, some of we get bitter experience. So like when you see something you've been done in that same situation some 5-10 years ago, you see the same situation again, you see something, it can be very difficult, So waiting that video, not for the happen. I feel say SALONE, we don't come out at that level now. We will waiting the happen. So we for don't pass that side. We let people don't they preach human right, don't they preach human right. We for don't pass that side. But waiting I see na video, now the low key way the government the old up some of we know able get at least a press release from fear. They will never get press release. They will never get tangible something from the government, from the police unit. Just watch that bubble where they around when you watch, I will know saying about around 7 years, 8 years. We then you see them kind of board and they na SALONE, na apprenticeship in the go do. Under which condition? And one thing where people able understand FA, apprenticeship na SALONE, na an advanced system of child labor, advanced system of slavery in that country, not only in Sierra Leone, but most of the neighboring countries. Because you don't go take somebody in Pekin, with the aim say you can't put you can't learn a job, then you go come you can't be a domestic slave, you do a job for you, you they treat her like you want. Then when it take 2,000 euros, you put fire in your hand. Who does that? And up to now, we know they get any serious talk from the government. Now make some of we grow interest in this whole thing. If na something wey e get for do with politics, if na something wey e get for do with politicians dey get vote, if na something wey get for do with minister, or if na something wey get for do with even the president's wife or even the president, like everybody for don dey hype am, everybody for don dey hype the issue. But because of this, na just an ordinary salone. Up to now, we never get any serious, not from civil society, not from opposition, not from ruling. Nobody is talking about it. All who they are in them burning hand for 2,000 years, the investigation they won. But we don't see issues and we're not serious like this, but in with them burning hand. We see where people and take firm position and come out, they give statement. Waiting different than this, but in you. Why make today the public will get sufficient information about the person who do this act? Why up to now, even with the free education, with the free education, where you're not going to pay anything, why up to now we get young people as young as 7, 8 years still do apprenticeship? Well, then question that we feel say listeners out there, una go help you for answer them. Because like we say, we just dey talk the issue, then we left them on the floor. But this nothing the way we get for address. If we not address it now, we go address them tomorrow. Unavoidable problems and the wire. Like I say when I start, some of we go through, you know. So, but that not pass. So when you see the same thing they go on, you dey feel them. Because if you find yourself at that age where that body, where everywhere gunfire, everybody they shoot on, somebody pull you now do say, Papa, you forgot do this thing, even when rebels and then turn the fire gun. Then you see at the day after 10, 15, 20 years, you see the same thing, somebody put young Bobo where he did just like age group, put in hand, storm one matter or whatever thing, bonny and wickedly. You see, so for me, up to now, unable get the courage to watch that video, and I hope so I not go
Yes.
continue because the video is really terrible. Not a video, normally not a video. They say where even the bobo in face, even the bobo in face. Now the video, the one where it make the video, even the bobo in face, and for them protect the bobo in face. And that's the happen now Western world in a civilized society. He put out video, but he have to protect the bobo because of his age. He got to protect his face. But we don't see another this video. It's really terrible, you know. Efe, this issue let's give back because the issue really we are really passionate about, you know.
Yeah, because it's very, very sad, just like how we all the same. So the thing is, we just need for Jainan, for make we talk about them in the also. So with this also, we need the viewers them as well. We now where they watch me right now, We need for make una comment, and give una own ideas them, and also call the phone line that they down below because it's not issue that we need for address because we know want for make the issue they also again they repeat himself again because this is so heartless and very very uncalled for for put somebody in people in hand of fire and also we get for address some issues them even though we see a lot of people and they give them picking them out for men or that they give them picking their out from one way or the other, maybe poverty, maybe something happened, and very sad, when you trust somebody, say, okay, this person here, so where are they give me picking so and go take care of me picking with the all heart. But you don't know wetin that person they go do with you pikin. And we don't see where a lot of people them then they support their own pikin them for go school whilst the other person pikin na im dey be the men pikin a house, na im dey clean, na im go do whole thing, whilst na your own pikin girl they live comfortable life, which is enough called for. Now I make sometimes the God can do miraculous thing where they make that pikin the one and they think say na nobody, that pikin the one and they treat, that pikin the one and they beat on and the wicked. Now God can make it they become successful. So then thing that so we need from learn from it. In this world, you get to take everybody in Pekin equal, not only your own Pekin. You know, because the thing about we Africans sometimes I call it selfish. You know, if no other person young Pekin will not care. But let us say, okay, for example, if it's somebody in Pekin for them, you not gonna even go land, so you go just cross your foot. But if na young Pekin, you can't say God like, hey, me Pekin, oh, you see? So the kind pain and the kind things that where would they feel where we young Pekin that they go through. I believe saying that the kind pain and stuff we go feel for other person young Pekin, you know. And some Pekin then they, you know, then go to you for men. Maybe not something an issue, or maybe not the mama no get or something, you know, but you know go take that day as a weapon where you go use against the Pekin. And me advice again to them parents then they, you know, please, no matter wetin, not ever give you Pekin to person for men. That na the wrong thing wey you dey ever do, because the thing is that person dey no go able, no go capable for men you Pikin the way how you Pikin for go. You no go men you Pikin with the whole heart and soul. So you see, if na garri you dey eat that garri dey with your Pikin. If na anything you dey do am with your Pikin. But because of we want for take that burden dey off we and go give other person for men who Pikin for we, na im make we Pikin that dey go through child abuse, na im make we Pikin that dey go through a lot of them things that also wey dey happen to them wey we no even wish for. And then thing also na things they get where they become very traumatized to person. No matter how you go through something, even when you hold one time you go sit down, you go think about say, hey, at least I be passed through, or now this might be happen with me. You go think about them. And two, you go very become traumatized to you physically, emotionally. So now they think they also them picking they also they go through. So we need for stand and advocate for them picking there. So we need for sit down and advocate for child abuse in Africa. So Mr. Umar and Mr. Abdul, I dey left this back again on a court, and after that they are going for read one comment where VOS be play this video here so about some 2 days ago where we get a lot of people that will comment on that. So I don't know what now na advice for them one them where they give them picking out for men.
Um,
Yeah, Mr. Yeah,
just like where I say, but before I continue, let me just notice some people away like we get J.A. Alfred, where the word we tell them welcome, and we get Martin Cookby. He make a comment. I don't know what thing they get at. It said people say like short. Well, we na view yes, we not go make Wamat because if we make Wamat, nobody now we go represent una. We didn't have to bring the issue like who say when they start the program. We not sabi pass una. But if you feel say we dey talk something way at least we not be real or maybe somebody not be real, the lines are there. Call, make your own point. Yeah, we not get full man. We all just they talk for help push Shalom business go before. But if you get a better way where you feel say you will push Shalom business, do ya, Martin? Call, make your contributions. Maybe tell me part of the story. Maybe you get the part of the story where we not get it, or maybe you sabi more, we not sabi. And then make we say now, we start the program. Say we not sabi pass everybody now. You know, and I can quick to Chika Wakasa a message. I just want to use my own some second. I just go through the message. Chika Wakasa say the thing is parents need to stop giving their children to people. You know, Chika, indeed. To be honest, Mina a victim of that, and I know it was not a very good experience. You know, so now that make a little bit passionate about the whole program. Me as somebody who go through really child, when I say child abuse, I really go through them, and I don't feel say me picking. I go even get even to my sister for let you go menam, not to talk of extra person. So that one a clear. So now make them program fine. Them program they are the enlightened. Them program they are the put people on the spotlight. You know, say hey, this na no go area. You no more able to take care of them. you picking, now you no more able to take care of them. Now you picking go mass you be a. But we get, when you get you picking, you give you picking to somebody, you know, and the person there, they take care of you picking, the man you picking, you with all the idea. You say, but me picking, they go school, me picking, they do everything. Then that picking go the only for money tonight now for Belota and Brook no more. It go left for if you see he bucket, he bossa, that day, you know, they eat, then go use in your own basin for buy the bucket back. You know, so them bitter experience they are. Now them bitter experience they are men beginning to go through some of the houses. And then we don't they come up them program they not to yesterday. Then don't they but serious are not listening. Not go they go to you like some people they go laugh to you, they make but when you don't be responsible that they tire along the line. No. So now that make we they say no give you picking out, no give you picking anybody for men. If now holiday they go meet you auntie say, let you go greet you auntie in return. Then you auntie where they go take you picking at you and na village. Now Kolwata they can put them for selling a free turn. Just what will happen? Yes, you can say like can go school, like can land job. Then you end up go born in hand. You know? So like
Yeah, not true.
the more
So, Mr. Abdul, what in a young partake to this now? What do you get for say to the whole thing? So people are whether they get them picking them out for men. What in the advice to parents them
Well,
maybe whether they picking them out or where they consider for get them picking them out.
you know, this circumstance here, what happened to that picking, is very sad. You know, but Salone, Africa now a collective culture. What I mean is like the Western world now individualistic culture. We be see now no more you worry about. Africa now collective culture. So we one person gets the family they assume say now we don't get. So in other words, then they make people trust family members then for we then help them picking them. So if one person gets and then let's say this picking the one where they picking go school, they not able to afford for pay for their school fees, whatsoever the case. Then they send them to this family member, yeah. Say, what go sit down with your uncle, go there with your auntie, hopefully your auntie, with the hope say your auntie they pay for that school day and groom you like in your picking, Most of the circumstances then we can happen, now poverty can cause that. Because because if you get you picking and you get your job, you get your family, you not go want just openly send you picking or where you other brother go raise them or your sister or your auntie whatever for go raise them. Most of this thing they happen because of poverty. Some people don't get so we then get them picking and take and say go to your uncle if your uncle a doctor or lawyer or you get a government job and say go stay with your uncle in a city or if they need an upline go with your uncle in a upline with the hope say that your uncle will treat you well, but some instances then that they can happen and the turnout can be positive sometimes, that very, very rare occasion the turnouts can be positive. Your uncle will take care of you or your auntie will take care of you and then push you through college and pay for all that. But in most cases, not that they can happen. In most cases, now basically it turn out for be like a house help. We begin kind of owes and they all of a sudden begin take you as house help. If this other person in Peking, the uncle until you go to your own Peking, then the thing the way they ask you for do, you ask your own Peking for do. Now you go to clean the hose, now you go fetch water, now you they can brook, now you when I eat, now you they wash the pan them, now you they put all things away. So it's in other words, some people when you do that with the thinking say that's you for be lucky, say we even allow you for stay here and we take care of all the expenses then. Exactly. So sometimes that thing they go now then uncle and auntie they eat like that, then if you say then already don't do enough for you, for lodge you and for pay you school fee, whatever the case. So that's very, very common. Sometimes even can happen within then then multi-family households them. Where you get mama, you get step mama. That's also a very common thing that can happen, you know. Where one person mama die and then the other person married, and then the pikin, when they raise the pikin, there's a lot of abuse also going on around that. So it's very sad that that is happening, but it's the truth. Now poverty, they cause that. I should say anybody in the right mind, especially in the western, yeah, you know they see that often because we not get government to step in and offer you money or offer you subsidies or able whether now something for nutrition assistance for the eat or side for stay, you know, family housing and options, then they way slowly they go into, of course. Salon not gets that, not expects that for day there. But you know, I should say anybody we the point is anybody we they in the right mind we get in family together, get a decent job, they want keep in family and push in family before. So now poverty can cause this. It's very, very sad for see that small became like Nandi for go thief less than 50 cents for go burn in all handed. That's it looks like a second degree burn because they see the white and layers them. And nerves then go down burn and sometimes you know that's they cause a permanent damage, even with all that heal. Born that thing maybe say them born you and whatever the case, the left scars them, you know the feelings then you know they get all you flexation how you dey move your fingers them, you not get for able move them entirely right because it get for grow and all fats get for grown to that. So that's most likely some permanent damages that we don't create. Not to add for say the traumatization way then go put my that pikin dey. You know, you always get for work out that scary for 50 cents, less than 50 cents. I think it's actually I do the calculation, it's actually less than 20 cents, 19 cents. Then go on that picking hand for 19 cents. If not 2,000 use right now. 19 cents. It's very, 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 very sad.
Yeah, and then the thing back again, and then also, like the government never puts a lot of things in place, when it comes to abuse, because I believe say if people begin they like they advocate, and also the government they put things in place for them one day where they abuse child them so bad, if they lock one or two people then na it, I believe say it will change. Because we as African, when it comes to police and cell, I believe say that they go change a lot of people mindset them, and very, very heartbreaking. For take care of people and pikin, if you know say you know the able take care of person pikin, just tell the parent and say, hey, sorry, I not go able for take care of your pikin them. That they go be very easy. Because number one, you dey cause a sin upon yourself. Because abusing a child, because even God say, he say the pikin dem na him get them, na him na the papa, na him na the mama for them pikin they are so. The way you dey treat a pikin, you dey maltreat them, you dey cause a curse upon yourself. Because in very, very atlas, for maltreat other people and picking them, for do the then kind thing they are so, which is enough call for, especially for go burn that picking them in hand, you know just like how Mr. Abdul say in the letters how that person that picking no go able for using and very good. And not to even one answer. The pikin in two hand. Can you imagine that, Mr. Umar? The pikin in two hand
Ah,
na in the person. But how that pikin they go able for go school and start for right? If then and they probably not go able for function again. Other pikin they go able for text things, the whole things, then Mr. Umar. So help me come in back.
um, FA, that not the sad part of it. Just one big man in wickedness punish a young people wey dey come up of wey maybe not even know what he do, not even aware of him act, because within 7 years pikin na almost nothing. He not even aware of what he dey do. For make you born that kind pikin and he put am through that pain wey he dey go through, so e really sad. But me wan concentrate now more on authorities. we get a whole ministry we responsible for that. When this ministry can come, we don't something, they only concentrate on the picking the way they through the formal education sector. But then get a lot of picking them where they taught Kolwatana Street, then get picking the way in Menos, then the way Sunday into forced labor. Instead of social welfare, concentrate on the one. Now only the one we wear uniform to their own sense, now they're not picking. So now that we go for the call on, say social welfare, when they say una they in charge of welfare of people, more like picking them, una go for all level, not only the one where they go school, then school picking, but the one where they like this pick where them bunny are move. Like I say, I start time, we get programs that we, even call for television audience. We get government ministries, they go on television, they pay for one whole program just for air that program. Why we not get that type now this speaking in program? Why from where this speaking in program come up, we not get any official from the social welfare? Maybe it there, but me not see any from social welfare for condemn this act and make sure say they follow up. Why the police body no able count a serious press release where they put the people in the orange to rest about this speaking? With all this, why 7 years speaking? I ask this question two times. Why 7 years speaking in a country where we get free education, in a country where the government don't prioritize education? We up to now we get 7 years speaking to do apprenticeship. Illegal way of apprenticeship, child labor. Why that will happen now? Is it that the people were responsible, or is it that the people were come up with them the policies them are just lip service? Somebody need for answer with questions them. More especially, we get two people in need for answer with question. One with ministry where people through apprenticeship and a form of education we're aware of. Then we get the social welfare ministry. We're responsible. We get a whole ministry where are responsible for short issues. Not only when in terms of political or when some certain picking them, we see a commission of inquiring, a whole lot of money come just because of the thing that for do with politics. We see the way commission of inquiry go about them. When we get such issues who are even more serious than that one day, we not see up to today, we not see then they talk, nobody they talk about them. Now I don't think that will get for the no. Why is double standard what a kind of Sierra Leonean welfare? Why they get double standard? Why always the authorities just care about who said the benefit? So we know una with the listing, una authorities, una the listing, una say una get the power to make the changes. We want to answer the questions, and we they push this video, we dey push the issue until we get an official statement from the government. Because Sierra Leone, I can always say, we're not a banana republic, we're in a well recognized system of government where everybody get it right for live a normal in a dignified situation, not this type of situation. So FA, this will push this until we see this new responsible take it off.
Yes. And also, when them be post this video na view else about like 2 days ago, we get a lot of people like with comment. And one of the comments they come off from Obafemi Taylor. It say people are just heartless and wicked in Sierra Leone. It says short action committed in that law can never be favored by God. It said too painful to look. So Mr. Umar and Mr. Abdul, I get a question for you though. When I think say now wickedness they cause them or people like you just do a normal out of like
A
just doing
wickedness.
it because
That's not other way of putting this. A wickedness. That's just pure wickedness. Person comments back. Chika said Chika Wakasa comment also. Pure wickedness. For where you see picking in hand, small picking like a dandy. You know what travel tell me now lesson you travel teacher for we not thief because that will be the excuse where people then go say oh they want teacher. No, there's other ways of teaching lesson. For when you go old picking you and you actually process that and actually put them over fire and burn them. That kind of bond the way that picking is sustained, not just a short bond. That's a very long bond. You understand? For actually putting hand over fire, small picking like it and they 7 years old. That is very, very, very sad. That's just pure wickedness. Not only possibly wicked go do something like that. If you want
Mhm.
talk to the picking about thief, if you want to talk to her about not stealing, just call them to the side. Say, hey, explain things then to her. There's different ways of doing that. See, if you want to ask me other ways of doing that, not to go born
Mhm.
picking and go get permanent damage. That's wickedness.
Yeah.
Ain't go do that to
They
Ion
say
picking. If that picking be Ion picking, ain't go do that. That's
oh
very, very,
no.
very, very sad.
Kanye is a capital N-O. And if Nayo Pikin is a capital N-O. And then this other person he also ask say, like for people like that, they right? What in are the action? What in are the things that wanna things here, like even the government and stuff for put in place for people where then they do and then kind of thing they ask so to minus them. What una think say for be the action where the government for take to them people they ask so Mr. Umar and Mr. Abdul.
Um, FA government, more especially Sierra Leone, now people wey like for set precedent. We don't dey get a lot to that country. Then they set precedent, and then they set precedent where it become almost part and parcel of the governance system of that country. Such thing will happen. Una set a very strong precedent where everybody go use this for fear. Wetin happen so a very serious. Una use this bobo in case set serious example. Una dey set this example not for this bobo now. This bobo in hand don born. No matter what you do, e no dey bring out his skin again. Just like what Mr. Abdul talk, when you watch and then when you know about fire at the top of second degree, you can see how serious it is. This one ain't no happen though. But how government and authorities go prevent that one day on happen? If somebody one time when they chop the lady in hand off, then whether na salon or not a salon, but some of you see on social media. If we not protect them one way it start now, now then we get for end up tomorrow. And some of we and other Sierra Leoneans get bitter experience where it can in terms of cotton, or it can in terms of anything we got for do with the hand. We get people in a Sierra Leone where you do work on the street. You know, Sierra Leone, you know, go take 12 hours. You don't see somebody where they chop your hand off. These people are not happy about it. So if something that happen now, we not able to set a precedent now where it prevent that will happen tomorrow. Then we just settle for catastrophe in that country. We want the government to use this Boboing issue for set a very good precedent, for set serious that anybody will tamper with this. Now so they happen. And we see when a time of you see crime is crime. We see the kind of way government move with the rape against female. Yes, we see government a cry that side. Then we see again certain issues when you watch at them, almost they almost at the same level. Because when you rape Pekin or you do that kind of thing, that for me the crimes are almost the same. If government will pass that, we don't get almost a capital punishment for who that they rape. Why we not forget such serious thing and for them people they go against children in that serious when they find them guilty of such act? Why we not forget system where it go punish them? If not for spend, you rise, you entire life na prison, you go spend them. So tomorrow, that one where you see picking, where it come up, then it go be very careful with them. Some of you, we don't want double standard. Now we dey against. We don't want double standard. And what we dey see, we don't know because this one ordinary bobo in a garage. We see government. You can see when even they take na hospital, the people not give for touch am. They say because they for pay 500. You see the way they wrap in hand. You see the way that close on eating hand. That now because of the people who are responsible for treating the war, now agree for treating that time because of not get money, just because of an ordinary
I just want to get into that because that thing they very bad for me as well. You know how the hospital people them, the nurses and the doctors there, how heartless them be. When dem go see that bobo dey in hand burn like a that, they say na dey treat the bobo pass the cow with 500 leons. That is so sad. That's a shame. To be honest.
500,000.
Yeah, 500,000 for let them pay for let them treat the bobo in hand. Because of that, they do not treat the bobo. And we get a caller on the line. Hello caller, wetin na your name and who side the call from? Hello caller, wetin na your name and who side the call from? It look like say we don't lose the call. So it very, very, for me it's atlas. I can see Bobo like Dandy. Without me, I go be a doctor, I go be a nurse, and see small Bobo like Dandy, they suffer with any kind of pain, then they be for say na abuse. They abuse the Bobo, then they say no, they treat them because of the small Bobo side the Bobo go even pull the money set for pay. So it very atlas, Mr. Umar. So me are very mad and I even frustrated too about the doctors then the nurses then na that country there. It very sick.
And if somebody make a comment here, Alaji Sila say they must burn his hand just like he did to the child. Even if the kid was his,
Was it?
you just can't do that. That child abuse or child cruelty, as he say. What me they try for say na that we no one born in hand. Law will left for born in hand. Because when he born in hand, maybe because of get more stronger nerves or so this that veins maybe something it will survive. But then can people in the keep on a Pademba road. Then can people in the enough fit for them within the society. Then can people and they let Pademba, you see, Pademba Road is meant for such type of people. But we get Pademba Road when the people away for them at Pademba Road, then left them among other Sierra Leoneans, then take the one only for them among Sierra where ordinary Sierra Leoneans where contribute to society building, keep them at Pademba Road. Then can people another for keeping at Pademba Road. Instead of you to get some political people, some political colleague where you feel say then they against you, you take them, you keep them at Pademba Road, you forget about them. Then kind of people are keeping at Pademba Road. Then kind of people are, if you get chance for government, extend it with, for instance, the Camaremba, where you keep necessarily. Then kind of people are extend it. The one who didn't afford the foreign street in a Panembaro. Who pick the call?
Yeah. And look at I would say,
Hello?
yes, what's
Hello?
my name? Please, yes, ma'am. They are you, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, but can you please turn the radio down or the phone or wherever you like the show from? We can hear you, but can you please turn the radio down or the phone or wherever
Hello?
Yes, thank you. What's my name and say the
Hello?
call from, please? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so what's your name and say the call from, please?
I name Safia to Savage from
Thank you
Maryland.
for calling. Yes, mommy. How you dey do, ma?
Yeah, this thing when they talk about this boy, I don't know if na woman or man, it's very depressing. It's very depressing. This is something that's been going on for a long time in Sierra Leone, abusing kids, and this is not right. They should try to do something about this. You know, I'm in tears right now. I'm in tears right now because this not right. 7-year-old Pekin, they want $5,000 or 5,500 million leons for 3 terms. It's not right. The government should do something about this. You know, the government should do something about this. I'm so glad you with this one that they do so and enlighten us for know which they go na salon. You know, and I thank you also very much. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you too.
Thank you, mommy. I will get another call. Hello, caller. What's your name and say the call from? Hello, caller. What's your name and say the call from, please? Oh, we
We've
lost
lost
the
the caller.
call. Yes. Um,
Like
Mr.
how chip in
Umar,
what?
yeah, chip
Uh,
in,
Yeah, Mr. Happy.
yeah, just like how Mr. Umar bin they say, then for make like how the government don't make bring awareness to the what you call it women's rights, what's in the first lady in movement in
And
campaign we been say keep your hands off the my what the girls, something like that.
the dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a good campaign, like how Mr. Umar will say. This one, and for use the opportunity for bring this to the media and actually raise that awareness for child abuse. Then kind of thing, that awareness need to be there. I remember I been living in Gambia before I kind of the States, the Gambia, West Africa, and then they get presidents the way being stand farm, yeah, Jame during in time of ruling. Um, we even at school for bit speaking, we outlawed and they say no because I understand the discipline when the discipline begin at school. That is understandable. Sometimes that is effective, but they also they get some outliers. Them some teachers then way they want take they want take that and abuse that to way beyond what people they imagine. From cane now, from using cane for bit speaking, then they use then rod them now, then appliance rod them, then chargers them, then big one then, and then this for bit speaking then. So or then big tick then instead of just a small cane, a big tick, and they use for bit speaking. So the president say no, I see nobody for bit speaking like that, and that made some changes. When you take that out, you get for replace that with something else. You understand? Another measure of discipline, of course. But some people then can take this discipline here to a whole nother level. It's easier, very easy for it than they get out of control, like how this just happened. If the governments use this opportunity, then for use this as an opportunity and awareness, raise that kind of awareness, say, not abuse the beginning. I really feel like say then for really take this story and run with them. The media for take this story and really run with them. At least people then will get that now their mind say if this begin do something really bad safe, we are not go cause a damage we go take and carry on with himself for the rest of in life in the means of discipline. So it's very, very important for it and raise that awareness, say not for abuse the beginning to that level, like how they do it. So yeah, like just like what Mr. Umar said, I support that idea. Then something has to be done, just like hands off our girls campaign.
Yeah. And also, I want to make the technical team let them put that video there quick because before we get a lot of people that want to see that video. So we go put that video there quick so that way we go elaborate on them a little bit, then we go time for round up the show. So technical team, please.
Play inside. Let's go. Ese don't go to the police. The police don't make you step on.
This always they put and they pull up, they are crack and they go clean and find the dress and back. No, but what's that? If you when they feel like so can normally let easier.
You see, this is always done. So I want up in Bosma. Now in Rosian, Bosma, push fire. I tell you about 2 and then the put at it. So for 2,000 euros. So this morning, they went to the Lokotana police station Grafton police station. People are not going to give the assessments, but the policeman there, I don't say no interest, they're not able to do for the boy. People are to the all down road shows. They also carry not go to the hospital, but they also say they pay 500,000. The number where they would now to all the land, but him cannot get nothing. So you see, now so it don't happen CRS. Now yeah, so the man and them to say, now get a bomb and take the boy and put on a fire for 2,000 euros. The boy all on
back. Back.
So and the word and the man on eye. So they don't know the boy, no one take care for, they don't left for show, they don't go. So and the word and
All right. We from them. Actually, I don't see this video, so it's very, very hard for seeing, because the more I see the video, the more it's like me have to come inside it. It's like me heart they come out like, oh, I don't even know how to express like how I dey feel. I just get for fake laugh about it. It's very, very sad. For the viewers that will not be don't see this video, and now the video this way where we put in place for both they talk about child abuse now Africa and stuff like that, which is very, very as breaking where I believe say the government need for put things them in place for child abuse. So Mr. Umar, I think you be say something where I cut you off, right?
Yeah. Well, now so the program. FA, Mr. Abdul mentioned something where he talked about answer our girls. We all see the way media houses promote that program. We all see the way civil society they promote that program. Then we all see the way people appreciate the first lady for that program. And up to today, it win awards. But the media, civil society, not for only hype issue where politicians they come up with. Some of them think they are, therefore don't hear we pick up. We get civil societies that they buy airtime, they go on social media, and they go on radio stations, buy time for unnecessary issues. How many times, when last we get civil societies, they come up with anything there? Such issue from where happen, nobody discussing it. The only lady where we see where a courage enough for discuss is now one lady they call our Kone. She was so bold that he put on a page. But other than that, how many people are not try for push? He said this for get justice. Who said the social? Who said the civil society then? The media, we always see around when something come up with a political, where a politician come with an idea. We always see the way they go around for hype am. Oh, for tell them for tell we say now all the things that we get for do with politicians and they deal with. Some of them think that why we get put one, we get a lot of media houses in Sierra Leone. We get AYB, we get SLBC, we get Star Radio, we get FTN, if that's what they call it. Why nobody needed to try for talking about this boy in Bonnie? Or then wait for like once somebody go buy airtime to them before ever they talk about this. We call the media in Sierra Leone if then they will broadcast some of the things that were a day underground, let the nation see them. You see, this time don't point in that country. All we get for do, everybody don't turn politicians. Even ordinary things they affect me among themselves, then they will talk about it again. And when this thing happen, if now something we get for do with politics, like the whole of the week if for running our social media, the whole of the week if for running our AYV, the whole of the week if for running SLBC, when I state owned. But this bubble, if they go through pain, nobody need to talk about them. Pass that one where they pass na social media, click on and watch them. I say na salon, and move on. Nobody is talking about it. At the trail AYV always, I know one day see they come up with this program. But when they show one minister where he go for go tip water, waiting where one mommy record them, we see the way they hype that issue just because of it began for do with one side of a politician. But this thing don't happen, and nobody's talking about it. If now sometimes we get for do with politics, we before don't see that around the social media. If now Fatima Biobi don't come would say, una left for born picking the hand, like you don't see them they take them all if for all in newspapers. Or if now unless we come with program like this, if I don't see it in a newspaper, but just because of this, not for do with politics, this now ordinary Salonians, we need to see the social media again, the attention where this Bobon need. We need to see Salonians give the body attention where it needs. The man they on the run, they don't all that, they don't all that, we don't know. People don't know, they not they talk to somebody. It's really painful.
Mr. Omar, one of the comment there so we catching me by Salone first, where he say this is common practice in your yard. Putting hot pepper, who say you know for put and self. He says self-hate is common practice because we don't see a lot of time there, you know, where people that they beat men, pikin that they throw away pepper water na them face, that they put on, you know, na their private part. Then we don't see a lot of them thing they are so, you know, where they go on na Freetown as a no, not Freetown, let me say Sierra Leone as a you know, where we don't see a lot of people and they might treat people and pikin there or men pikin there or pikin when they go put from village, you know, say that they can't for come in, that they can't put on a school. You know, these are things that way they affect, you know, a lot of people then. Can you imagine, you know, how that person they go be when they think about all that? They even say that person they go don't grow up in still, you know, they think about that because sometimes people like can think say, oh, then they help for race in a good way. Sometimes then they impact negative things that are picking there in life. And we don't see where some people again when they not go up in a very good way, where they born their own picking there or then take other people and picking there. Now the same pattern that they show, you know. Mr. Because we don't see where some people then go say, hey, now because where I grow up, no, not be they treat me well. So now he make I don't know how for treat picking. You know, those are negative effect. I mean, affect them where other people and they get again at their own life. You know, look about African schooling that they teaching at school on a bit. You go na house on a bit. You then a street, so you know, it's very sad. about Africa as a whole is pain.
But they tell you
It's
they don't
sad.
high school, you go down and bam down
Yeah,
with the beat.
I say that don't high school you body all so cane mark. You go to house so maybe that your auntie or that you step mama they wait for you. After you don't receive beat na school, you go back now house they receive beat. Then as street back you go get one or two auntie they will go just slap you left and right. It's so crazy. Yeah, Mr.
You
Abdi, you
know,
want to say something?
now then they can cause thing for escalate because like I say, now we're going to school beats, you cannot host beat. You will do small thing, they slap with them like you. That's a normal thing. So if you do something major, that slap not go do. Then you get for up and one more level. So if you have been slapped, then a kick and slap. You know, so it's funny, but it's sad. It's sad. Yes, sometimes it dey work for some people then because that fear wey they put on pikin. I understand that we don't get our own methods of disciplining. The West get their own method of disciplining. But people then can go extreme, they can go extreme, they can take extreme measures then for do that now. They get out of hand very, very, very easily. You know. Yeah. Awareness for raise a campaign awareness about this na a good moment for use for raise that kind of awareness they say na low no abuse of beginning like that. That picking the person comments now say there's major infractions. That picking the first of all as child exploit within salon finest. He say, number one, that's child endangerment, two child exploitation and child abuse, so which is true, that's that picking enough for the work in the first place. They say na in boss do that need to run. They're picking enough for the work in the first place. That ain't not
No,
the first side.
thank God.
Like how Omar be say also, Mr. Omar be say that picking it for in a school. They say there's free education. What's in that picking it and do now in place at that young. In the land
But to be fair,
apprenticeship at that age. If you want to learn an apprenticeship, I know. If you want to learn apprenticeship, you can go to school after hours, then you go learn your apprenticeship. You understand? You can able to squeeze that in still. But that beginning for good school. In a school for the free there's free education. What's in the stopper? And what thing happen, it thief. Then you go born in. Now, most likely you will get some permanent damages then from that. In the means of disciplining. So he not tell well at all.
what I could tell me say when they at that age they are not if like come on. Even the left let me say biscuits na table. Something then na table where you want, something they ask. At that age then you don't get sense. You don't know exactly what you dey do. So that man the way born that pikin and they go say from where is small, you never take nothing for nobody where you not ever ask for. I want them the person like the woman being where go tin up, they say from where is small, you not ever take nothing when you never ask for. I want see that person neighbor where they raise the hand say from where is small at that certain age, they not ever take nothing, not ever pick something say na go and say put on a mouth. It's very ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
So that man they go sit down, they say from where is small, you never take not even that mean self. You never take her than 2,000. You remember when I'm young pikin say tell they kite God back like tell her say put that gum with that you don't eat so much candy. But you tell her say you don't have to eat too much candy. Okay, you say okay mommy. Na pikin they no get sense. At that age they don't know waiting that they do. Anything where they see where they find pleasure in, now in them they go for. Now make them call them pikin. The one member
Yeah.
where some of we say when are adults say would they do something where very wrong, you know? Would they make up a wrong decision now in life in one way or the other? Then think about pikin now, where it be for say the learning capability not even set up yet. A very, very, heartbreaking. And also these are things that where the law need for put in place. And also we need people who will come on board. We go advocate we go help we as a viewers, because we don't see most of the time we dey talk a lot of things. Then what would they talk about, no need they handle am the right way, or maybe we can just talk number everything just vanish. But this way, so we consider way before say na child abuse, na things the way we need for go dey advocate on, na things the way we need for go dey talk about, just like how Mr. Abdul and Mr. Umar say, just like how they do that hands off our girls. I believe say na the same way back again we need for put certain answer in place, because these na things that we don't happen way back. Also say na thing wey happen today. A lot of we, even we sef wey sit down na so wey dey na the platform today, we don go through child abuse in one way or the other. We don involve in so many things. So this na pattern wey dey continue every day, every time. E need for stop. E need for stop. So me family, right now the show dey come to an end, and we go meet una back again next week. So right now, I just want for Mr. Umar and Mr. Abdul for say their last word to me family, and also, for advice the parents them where them pikin dem they go through this thing they are so, and also the people them back again where they abuse the child them. So wetin una advice wey una get for give both sides. So then one day wey they give them pikin them for men, and the one day where they abuse them pikin they are so, whether you na parents na you dey abuse the pikin or na other person dey abuse am. So wetin na una own advice wey una get for people them? Mr. Abdul.
Yes. Me go say I understand a circumstance can cause a lot of this. Like how we say at the beginning of the program, a lot of people they can't go and beginning for where they go men because of poverty. Poverty because they're not able to afford that, So now poverty now it can lead to a lot of this abuse, yeah, especially in this speaking situation, because if we're in a school first of all, but maybe people are not able to afford to put on a school, but then or maybe now other person in care and center, then I make in a school, and it's very sad if you get your kid. I understand circumstances not easy in a salon, but let it be a last resort for say we can go begin to a family member for go men now. Will that be your last resort? Try to measure out all your other options then first, But if in that case there's no other option, it's understandable. But then if you take your pikin for go you can go some sef for go men if for the check up on your pikin, talk to your pikin, see how then they treat them, talk to the person we they in charge of, where they in charge of and also follow up with that. Because a lot of abuses they happen everywhere, whether na back home. There's a research that says that most abuse we can happen now within the household, and it's usually done by a family member. So that is very, very common. So if you say take a picky out for wait and go men look after check up with her on a regular basis. In this case here, it's very, very unfortunate what's not happen to this picky. Hopefully we'll catch the person we don't do because they don't already done money and done. Hopefully this speaking will get permanent damages them. Hopefully we will use the fingers them as hopefully not gonna be as bad. But the government for definitely take measures. At least the media, if government not do their own part, what the media doing your own part. The medias are independent organizations. Like how we they talk about so no more. Hopefully another news channel will pick up that and also talk about that and broadcast that and raise that awareness. Say they abuse they are not for be a common thing, because now a common practice. Like how viewers them be they say a very common practice back home for we pepper posting pepper you begin in private areas them, but we you bunny and but the media for begin to change that narrative. They say, is that okay? They ask that kind of question. They at least begin ask questions them. If not so, we for the raise we begin them. Raise that kind of awareness thing, because not all thing government able to. So then for take that initiative day. But yeah, I think say we do a good job for talk about it. And thank you guys very, very much for having me here again.
You're welcome, and thank you. Yes, Mr. Woman. So wetin na your own advice.
My advice actually, it go to the authorities. Um, when you find yourself in a position where you're responsible for certain thing like happen, then it end up really for happen. Then you will occupy that position. You are already a failure. So from the mere fact up to now, we not get an official statement from the social welfare ministry. Don't show say that ministry, the one way they head that ministry, na a failure. And President Bio or anybody where they listing, no say that particular ministry need for rechecked. Now the civil societies, the Thomas More, the Salone and the others, we see una well sorted up una they run to social media. I really want to ask una sabi really why una be civil societies? Una sabi really what in una job as civil societies? Because if such certain things they happen at that country, una need to pick them up. Una already find yourself when there is a fight between SFPP and APC. Now the only time una active when things that una for take on board, una for pick on them, una need to see or una de see una de ignore and just because of a no get that political momentum una need, then una not really sabi una job. We dey call on una again, if in as much as we dey criticize, we dey call on una. Una way responsible, una want forget una duties. Una take care of una duties, una perform una duties, una hold the government. Or una keep the government to them toes. Make sure say certain thing no happen. If it happen, una punish the perpetrator and una try for prevent it in the future. Now that's all I got for say. So that one way they give them picking out for men. Well, this now one of the video, and some of we get life story to that, we get reality to that. If this video not enough to keep picking at us, you decide for give them out. The decision left to you. And we want to see government sort to happen that bubble where there's give to that man. The man for be punished. The parent of that bubble where he give that bubble at that age. Now, like if they force somebody into labor, forced labor, that parent therefore arrest the parent. If we don't see government, they take some of the actions there. Because the parent not a victim, now only the picking a victim. The parent now part of the one who commits the crime. The man who a born that picking here, he as guilty as the parent where he taking picking, give to certain man enable find out which type of man they give in picking to for men. For men, you pick it part of where you born. The process not end only for born. The process continue until you begin 18 years. So if you get right, if you born you picking, if you're able to take care of her, if you know able to take care of a picking, no born. We get a lot of ways where you able escape picking. Take medicine, take prevention, no born. But if you born, take care of your picking. No born left you picking for other person menam. Take care of your picking. Then one thing again where we see a day government talk about, or we don't know how serious apprenticeship, national apprenticeship scheme. If we get them such thing and in that country, what happens? So where would they see that they give young people as young as 7 years smuggle into apprenticeship? It not happen because a get for do with the apprenticeship. If the apprenticeship people are willing for go, government when they come up with in a situation, when they come up with a very good plan. Where them bobo there where we not go to see 7 years before they go into apprenticeship. Rather, we go see people who don't do formal education or when not able to get formal education, but then reach of the age, standard age for going into apprenticeship. Because what you see so like child abuse. This not get anything for do with apprenticeship. I hope say the message don't go. Kumbra men you picking, if you know men you picking, no born. Take medicine. But if you born, now you're responsible for take care of your picking. And we want see this, we want see the government not only for take action, but that person wey e born that pikin and but the pikin wey the mommy wey e give im pikin or the man wey e give im pikin to that man for land, that woman dey say or that man should be arrested and e get a questions for ask and answer. Because e no go tell we say na school fees e no get for put im pikin at school, na free. So that side e no go e need other explanation rather than that. So I tell una thank you, and don't only participate in the program. We tell una thank you because una can always make this program a success. Until we meet again next week, Mina Omar Mansari de say tata.
Right, thank you, Mr. Umar. And we found them as Sunadayeri from Mr. Umar and also Mr. Abdul. We just want to say thank you guys so much for joining the show and also for one way they watch we and the one the way they comment and also the callers that we really appreciate una. And we hope say God go reward una a lot and also we message them where we dey talk na so go further and we're hopeful by the grace of God go able for impact a lot of people their life. And today beyond inputs now is thing also where they happen is we don't see child abuse now things that will not happen for the decade, not of things that will just happen like today. These are things that we now on continue thing. It just they go on every day, every time, every year. And we don't see where some pikin they're very young would they sit in a street they sell water and stuff. And we don't see a lot where some people like can go to villages or maybe ask for their family members picking them. Hopefully the parent then go get a full mindset say and assurance say me pikin dey go na a good hand and this first year so we are the left me pikin to go able for take care of me pikin. And the results can always in 100% maybe 85% of these scenarios there so in cases them can end up they go in a bad direction. And also go treat pikin violently and abusive ways them for say na discipline. There's a lot of ways the way they discipline pikin without you not physically emotionally harm that pikin dey. And two, at this age here so with this boy here so dey at the age of 7, not pikin no go dey at that age dey we know everything. Even we as an adult we dey do worst mistake in our life. Even though we get sense, we get all the abilities in take for make we make a right decision, we still dey end up make wrong decision. Think about that 7 years old pikin dey for just take small money like that dey 2,000 euros. Now the pikin dey lose in get for go through emotional trauma physically, mentally. Think about all that kind thing and the way it don impact that bobo dey in life. What about if that pikin dey in hand no get for function anymore, in disabilities, everything where im go use for right, where im go use for take things dem, emotion, skills, everything you don destroy am for that bobo dey. You don kill that bobo dey in vision, in plan, everything just because of small small money. Sometimes we need for go dey think before we do something. You see, if you know say you're not able for take care of people and pikin, please not ask for them. And also, if you know say you go take other person in pikin for making can be month boy or house boy for you, man, aya, they get big people that wey want job. Like salon day, a lot of people that not get job right now. People that they suffer, job no day. Why you not go hire a grown up? We go do all the thing, we go wash clothes for you, get water for you, where you go pay. Then you go take somebody in pikin, they might treat her like that day. You just suffer people in pikin then. It's very, very outrageous for see that kind thing they are so they still they go on na Africa. No law not there for the abusers them. No law not put in place for them people they are so where they might treat people and pikin them. And me advice where are they give to parents. For you as a parent, if you poor, just like how Mr. Omar don't say, not born, Then get so many things the way you they do for prevent you for not get picking. Then you go get your picking, you give picking out to people then where they abuse them for you. And majority of them picking they are so where they suffer abuse. Most of them, their mama and day, the people and day, they're very healthy. Not to say they're sick or waiting, but still they take them picking that they give them out for men. And waiting at the result, abuse. Waiting at the result, trauma. We need for change with attitude as a Sierra Leoneans. There's a lot of things in where we need for change. A lot, a lot, a lot. This is very heartbroken, you know, for students in the yaso. And also the hospital them as well. They need for step up and help, not only government. You know how you go see small pikin like that age they born in hand, they abuse them, they demand money for treatment. Now that they more na im more seeking to me. So if they want to say the nurses them and the doctors they would and then at that hospital they are very heartless, just they are the same thing as the man who creates this bond to the pikin. That mean we are all not the same. Because how much you go take you for treat that body in hand? Now you dey demand money before you treat am. With that kind pain dey wey you dey see the bobo dey scream, e dey call for im mama, I wan go to me mama, I wan go to me mama. You as a parent, how you go feel? And una back again what dey men people and pikin dem dey put pepper na dem private part, dey beat dem, teachers dem as well. Una dey beat pikin dem at school. Some pikin especially na school as well. Some pikin dem are not so fast learner. Some people dem they are very slow in learning. You go see teacher dem go beat that pikin, dey tear pen mark all over im body. We no dey expect say everybody for learn the same. We just need for encourage each other. We just need, you know, for treat people and the way how we want for let them treat with no physical harm, with no type of any harm we go come to them. There is a way where we go mend them picking and they we need for journal as a Australia, make we advocate for child abuse. Make we push Salon go before. Let Salon be one of the best country ever. Na that na in our dream, na that we dey hope for. So please, una allow we take other people and picking them as we young, not so only we young picking them no more. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching and thank you now for calling for the comments. We really appreciate. Hopefully we'll go see you back again next week. And this show you saw a name now. What would you do? Where they come to now from VOS every Saturday. And me where they talk to now me now na presenter and now na host, me now Fat Matter. And I just want to say tata and stay blessed. May God bless you guys and bye bye for now.
and we go